Hello everyone, this is Charlie from HotTipCentral.com, and today we are going to be updating our timelines, or updating our Facebook page to the new timeline structure. This feature will be available soon for you, but if you are in the developer base, or you know how to get into the developer base anyway, you can do it now if you want. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to check out the new features and kind of check out how it looks. And so we have our normal profile, as you can see here. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's what everyone has. You have your features over here. You have your friends and your relationships and stuff over here. Annoying little ads, whatever. And then you have usually a ticker, which kind of looks like this. And you have your chat friends and everything here. Now we're going to change it to the new layout. And when you have this available to the point where you can do it, you can just hit the Get It Now button, and it will restructure your whole timeline to the point where you have a brand new type of profile. And so here it is. This is the new timeline structure for Facebook. It's pretty cool, actually. It has a lot of really kind of cool stuff. The ads are taking up a lot less space, and I really like that. I don't like that I can't get rid of them because they're actually stationary now, but you know, what can you do? Physically on the window, it looks like there's a little bit less. There's actually a little bit more room for your stuff. The space that was occupied by your friends list on the side, and other things like your feed, which actually, if I make this smaller, I can make this go away, is actually taking up more room, which I like. Actually, I like the fact that things are bigger, and you can add cover art too. You can add cover art and cover photos to the top section here if you want as well. So if I want to add a cover, I can choose from my photos. Let's upload a new photo. Let's see what happens if I say, let's give it, how about this one? Let's see what this does. And so we'll upload a new photo, and I don't want to take a tour yet. And it's coming up. We can reposition it if we want. I'm just going to leave that alone. Go ahead and hit save. Again, this is kind of beta. This is in testing phase, which is why it's not out to you yet, but it will be soon. And there it is. So, and you can really put any image you want in here, really, but this is just an image I did as an example. So let's take a look at how the layout works a little bit. You have a featured image, which you can change at any time, and you can always use pictures from your album if you want as well. You can always reposition it and remove it whenever you want. You have your profile picture here as always. It takes up a lot less room now, which is kind of cool. You have all the details about who you are and what you do. You have certain boxes here. If you zoom in a little bit, we have certain boxes. We can see our friends, photos, a map of like locations and stuff we have, and our likes. And this is all taking up a lot less room. As you can see, it's just right here. You don't have this stream going down the side anymore. And instead of going down the side, we now have two columns. And this is like a timeline view. And you can add certain elements to this if you want. You don't have to keep things the way they are. So for instance, this is really old stories here. We have our timeline just scrolling down. It does enable a lot more scrolling, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. We were doing that anyway with our news feeds. And so let's say I want to add something to the timeline. So let's say right about here, before this happened, before this particular thing happened, I want to add something before that. I can go ahead, and if you look closely on the timeline, you'll see a little plus symbol. And if I just click on that plus symbol, it will say, what do you want to do here? And I'm just going to say, I want to add, I don't really have a photo to add. I'm just going to say I want to add a status. And I can just say, hey, this is pretty cool. And I'll go ahead and hit post, and it will shove that post between this element here. And so now, which is, again, it's beta, so it looks like it kind of kicked me down. Maybe it will fill it in. Let's go down. Older stories, start blogging. Yeah, things are, that's the way it's supposed to work anyway. I think that's the way it's going to work. Again, this is a think thing, not a know thing. So that's, it's good to experiment with stuff like this. But this is the basic layout, and I don't know, I like it. I really like it. I think it's very intuitive. I think once things actually get right, it's very intuitive. They'll actually give you a tour if you want. You can start a tour by simply clicking the tour button, and it will kind of fill you in with certain elements here. The cover is right here. We can go to the next feature. You can see everything in one place, which I really like. All your activity is all right here. You can view your own personal activity. Instead of it saying on your wall, he did this to this page, page and he did this to this page. Maybe I don't want my friends to know that. Or maybe I don't care if they know it, but it's taking up a lot of room and it's making my profile kind of look empty because there's just these little streams. The activity being up here really fixes that problem. We could rediscover top stories right here. We can see what our friends are doing kind of on our page necessarily. I'm not entirely sure if that's how it works for other people viewing it, but that's kind of how that thing is kind of working right now. And if we go to next, let's see, highlight what's important. Again, this is kind of like little new features. Like I said, I just enabled it. You just seen me enable it here. So I haven't really taken a big tour on this yet. So this is my first time looking at it too, but I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's cool, and I'm kind of looking forward to this getting out. One last thing I just noticed is that there's actually a timeline over here. And if you click on a month, I think probably January-ish or so, let's click on January, and boom, here's everything that I did in January. Wow, that's cool. And we go down to, let's say, July. Let's go down to 2010, right? It'll go down to 2010, and here's the things that we did in 2010. Look at that. We can go all the way back in time. We can kind of just see certain things that we did. We have photos that are perfectly laid out and sized for the window. We can really just see amazing things that we took pictures of before, like Art Prize in Grand Rapids here, or a photo shoot we did in Dow Gardens. You know, we can see parties we went to and photos of us going camping. And, you know, here's a video that we had before. That's really cool, too. And so, you know, here's me jailbreaking an iPhone inside the Apple Store, you know, really cool stuff like that. And it's, I think this is wonderful. We can even go back to the day we were born, which I don't think there really is anything that happened there. Yeah, one picture. My brother was born in 1990, so, you know, whatever. But this is cool. I like this. I'd like to hear your comments. I'd like to hear what you guys think of this feature because I'm excited about it. I don't think it's a bad deal at all. And if you ever wanted to know what your friends are doing while you're looking at your page or from anywhere, just click that little chat bar down here, and here comes your news feed. And if you ever want to comment on something, you just hold your mouse over it, and it's right there. These are great features. I don't see any problem with these. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. What's yours? Let me know.